You will not tell me that you did not catch good setups this week. You did. But the question is, did you place them? Most of you are scared of taking your entries. Today, I'm going to show you how I've been able to take my entries this week. So make sure you watch this particular video to the very end because you're going to learn both aggressive and confirmation entry so that next time you see your setups, you do what? Execute.
What are you feeling like? Smelling. I'm feeling like.
So guys, when it comes to playing tennis, it's actually a sport that I love so much because of the full body workout that it comes with. But today, normally I go to ease my stress, just more like a distraction from work. But today I have a tournament and I have 5 million to win. So I'm active. My opponent has 6 years experience and I've been playing for just 5 months. So let's see how it goes. That does not mean I'll not do it. I like to
That's so. I don't go many places. I don't see many faces. When I'm guilty, when I be grand theft auto.
It's time for my own match. I'm active. Wish me luck. You hear the scores, you hear the
Out, game, set, and match.
So guys, I mean, I tried my best. I did. I played well. Or at the end of the day, there will always be a winner. And unfortunately today, I'm not the winner, but I'll go again. I'll go again. And I'll win it for you guys. If you check, I have this line right here. I wanted this thread to give me 20k dollars. But then, seeing this reaction, know when to get out. Work with structure. Imagine if I didn't close right here. I would have given everything back. Okay, so this week I only focused on gold. And now if you check my chart, you'll notice I only took 2 entries this week. Now a buy and a sell on gold. It would have been 3 entries, but this one tapped in when I wasn't looking at the chart. And I didn't set any pending on that. And you can see that it's pushing. But I'm going to show you guys how I was able to catch all these entries. And for those joining for the first time or you're seeing me for the first time, if you look at this trade so well, you will notice that we were able to catch this here on YouTube. That is on Tuesday during our live section. So if you're just seeing me for the first time or watching, or you've not been able to join us live on YouTube, try to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that you can be able to get the notifications whenever we are live, like and trade with us and also make good money. So it's not just about the signals. You will be able to know how to position from your own end and take good trades. So the strategy is simple. I'm going to use an illustration to show you guys. Now the first thing is we need to make sure that the market is trending. Is it pushing up, or is it doing what? Is it pushing down? That is what matters. If the market is ranging, just go and rest. But if we have a direction, that is the market is pushing up, then we should start looking for possible buy entries. Now, if the market is pushing down, we should start looking for possible sell entries. So that is for market structure. Now, on gold, when the week started, I noticed that gold was bullish, so I started positioning for a buy. I had this particular entry here and also this first one. Now this first one, which was actually my first entry for the week, I was able to catch this trade using confirmation entry. Now the question is, why confirmation entry? Because most of you, even the trades that may require you to take confirmation entry or an aggressive entry, you will be using confirmation entry. What I mean is that for confirmation entry, yeah, we have time for that, and then for aggressive entry, we have time for that. So you don't need to always use confirmation entry for all the trades you see, and you don't need to always use aggressive entry for all the trades you see. There are times you use anyone. So for this particular trade, why did I use confirmation entry? Now if you check, you will notice that I got this particular break of structure here. Now for this break of structure that I have right here, this is actually the main origin. So if I was waiting for price to actually get here, you can see when price got here, that's on Friday, which is when I'm shooting this video. Now if I am waiting for price to get here, this is actually the main point of interest. But looking at the break of structure here, you will notice that this was the last candlestick before the impulsive move that cleared this structure. So if we are looking for the main order block that cleared this structure, this is the order block. But if we are looking for the extreme zone, this is the extreme zone of this particular movement. So at first, I had to wait for price here, but I didn't position for an aggressive entry because there's possibility that price may want to clear all these things as liquidity and do what? Come to the extreme zone. So that was why I worked with confirmation entry. So if the origin is not, that strong and you feel like price may most likely go to the one below, you work with confirmation entry. Now, so that was why I positioned here. When price tapped in, I had to wait for confirmation entry. And now when it comes to confirmation entry, getting my origin from 15 minutes, I'll go to 5 minutes to get the confirmation entry that I need. So from 5 minutes, all I just need to see is change of character. So you can see when price tapped into this origin, I got a change of character right here. Now from the change of character, now looking at this change of character, we have two origins. Where is the other block that caused this change of character? This is the other block. But where is the extreme zone that caused this change of character? This is it right here. So the main point I actually positioned for was actually right here. So I considered this, but it was more like a scalp. And even those in the VIP group, I asked them to close when price was ranging like this. But then you can see here we have all confluences intact even after the change of character. Now this is it here. You can see change of character here, and now we have fair value gap right here, and we have liquidity that price cleared to tap in. So this is what we call the A plus setup, confirmation entry with A plus setup. Now you can see it. So as we've gotten this confirmation, which is this change of character, you don't need to wait for another confirmation to get into this trade. Now you will just set your pending order and wait for market to come and tap you in what aggressively, because there is no more confirmation that you need. You've gotten the confirmation that price is bullish. So now position aggressively and wait for price to tap you in. So I was able to close around here.
going back to 15 minutes, okay, so now from 15 minutes, if I was able to actually rally this trade to this my supply zone that I have here, it would have given me enough money, but we got CPI release, so that was why, you know, I kind of closed around here. So this particular move here, this was for CPI release, which also showed that gold was still bullish. You can see our price came back into this particular order block here and tapped in and pushed to the upside. Now this supply zone you're seeing here is from the daily time frame, well refined to 15 minutes. So when price tapped in, you can see I was buying, and out of the blues I switched to a sell entry. Why? So we got this supply zone from the daily time frame. Price tapped in and dished out this internal break of structure here. You can see this was the last break of structure to the upside, and now when price tapped into the supply zone, I got this change of character. So generally the trend is what? Bullish on gold, but now price has tapped into a supply zone, which simply means for price to locate any demand zone you have for your buy, there must be a correctional move. So this particular sell was more like a correctional move entry for me. So you can see after this break of structure, got a change of character right here. I can see price still came back into the origin that caused this change of character and still dropped. I wasn't looking at the chart at this point, but when I opened the chart, I saw this break of structure. It was just a very clean setup, everything intact. You know, I tell you guys, once you are aligning with the trend and you are seeing all the setups, you can see your break of structure, the origin, fair value gap, liquidity. Just now this one, there is no need. If you check above, we don't have any other block that price may want to, you know, try to sweep liquidity to enter. This one, you don't need any confirmation for this one. This is an aggressive entry because we've gotten the confirmation right here when price gave us this change of character. So getting this particular setup, I didn't use confirmation entry because this one I entered aggressively from this point. So you can see price start me in on like a no drawdown entry, and then we're able to rally this particular trade. Now you can see this particular origin that I kept on waiting for. You can see when price tapped in, but this one I didn't catch it. But for this particular origin, with the way price tapped in, I would have been waiting for confirmation entry. So let's check from 5 minutes to know if we actually got confirmation entry for this particular move. Now you can see when price tapped in here, and then we got what? An internal break of structure. This is it right here, internal break of structure. And now this is the entry here for the confirmation entry. So it would have been from here, then you take it up. Stop loss a little bit below the last week rejection. So even if you miss out on this particular confirmation entry, we also have another break of structure here, right here. But you can see price did not come back into the origin that caused this particular break of structure. Was there any room for another entry? So I think the best entry would have been from here, or else this particular trade will just leave you, and maybe you'll be able to catch another entry somewhere here. So that is it for my week. You can see just two trades, well refined, and I was able to make good money from all these trades. This particular trade, this one gave me $10,000, and this one I was able to make approximately $20-something thousand from this particular trade right here. And that was how I wrapped up my week. So when you see your setup, execute.